Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Sprites of Life podcast. I'm Lucas,
Chris,
and Don could not be here today.
we flew too close to the sun last week, having all three of us
Yeah,
back.
who would have thought that three adults with like day jobs and lives and families and loved ones could never sit down? Thank God we're not a D&D podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah, that'd be so hard. It's already hard keeping it's hard keeping up just like general D&D, let alone like a
Well, I
recording.
guess one victim on this podcast is fine. I can settle for one of you trapped in here with me. Um, Chris, we talked about ZA. I sang some praises. I had some criticisms. How far have you gotten in that?
I spammed it a lot more because I wanted to get that Greninjite. I know that you're gonna get it a lot easier next, like after this season, but I wanted to earn it now. So I was like, okay, I need to get far enough that this matters. So I got. Granted, I'm still not very far, like in the grand scheme of the story, but I played it a lot more. But I'm in that initial mega hunt. So like I just took down Mega Slowbro, and I've got a viable team to play the rank system with. I think I was using Talonflame, and then I had two megas, Mega Absol and Boy,
A
my
boy?
boy.
Yeah,
The
boy.
Heracross
Oh
boy.
God, yeah, I remember. Right. I never used him.
I had some Mega Heracross, Mega Absol,
I'm
and
surprised not
Talonflame.
everyone's jumping on with Zygarde gun form. Like, I feel like that's just funny. Like, not viable competitively, but just for the meme.
But I got my Greninjite, so that's what I care about. And now I get to do it all again when they do. Was it Delphoxite next?
Yeah, no. I lucked out in finding out that Excadrill was like not only one of my boys. Like back in the day when I was playing Gen 5, I had one I called Gravedigger. He was my friend. But like I found out, oh wait, he's S tier in this. Huzzah, drill run.
That's why I started using Talonflame because I just flame charge everything.
Yeah, but if I have to be honest, the second I beat the main story and played a few missions, I was like, oh wait, I have other things to do. I jumped right back on Digimon Time Strangers. That's right, Chris. We're going back to Digimon because you might have seen the online haters talking about how much better Time Strangers is than Pokemon. For once in for once in their lives, the Digimon fans are right. Like this is the first time that Digimon, at least to me, has not only been able to equally compete with Pokemon in game quality overall, but has narrowly nudged them out, at least in this round, as being better. Like it just is. Like it is a better monster catching, training, battling game than Pokemon ZA. Is that to say that it's always better? God no. It took them way too long to get here. But like a lot of cool stuff they did with this game. They put a lot of really cool monsters. I want to share more Digimon stuff because I can.
Well, you know what? If it is as good as they say, it is a good thing overall because it will only make people like Pokemon want to be
I
better.
really hope that's the case. I do have some science news, and I do have one bit of gaming news I wanted to pick your brains about, and then I'll talk more about Digimon until you mute me, and that'll be that. Okay. So I really wish John was here for this one because he would have some thoughts on it as well. But I'm gonna read you the name of this article from the BBC published about 18 hours ago. Fewer sharks die when guidelines are followed. Did that? Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Like apparently there's like a several paragraph news article in the BBC telling you that if you follow fishing rules, then sharks survive more.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we don't swear here, but no crap. Like seriously? Like
I
okay.
mean,
Like,
okay. So I hear you, but also sometimes we need to be explicit about this stuff.
yeah, it was found that like they did an experiment. They tagged a group of sharks out around England and Scotland and the Channel Islands. Um they found that when they were releasing them, only 3 of them died, one from each of the species they tagged when best practices guidelines were followed in those areas. So it was a proof of concept to show like if you're actually following the guidelines and the better fishing practices and you're using these specific nets and hooks and all this stuff, that it will reduce the number of shark deaths. Which
Well, that's good.
yes, it's good. I just hate that it needed to be said. It's like saying,
You know what? Don't fight that battle. What's important is that it's out there.
again, short science news, but it's just one of those I had to get off my chest because like this is it's you're right. It's good to have data. Not everyone sees the world the way I do, but it's really stupid, man. It's dumb. But as far as gaming news, I mean, we're almost to game of the video game awards, which is pretty cool. But how does it feel, Xbox lifer, to know that we took your Halo, man?
I mean, if the rumors are true, then God of War and all that's going to be on the next Xbox, so it's whatever.
I mean, dude, look, we're old. Like we know the days when like if you had an Xbox, you got Halo. And that was like that's everything every Sony boy was like, "Man, they get to play this game. What do we have?" And then like it was a battle back and forth. Like we have this RPG. Well, we have Halo. Well, we have this action game that's super cool. We have God of War. Cool. We have Halo. Halo has almost always been the shining beacon of coolness for Xbox, at least up until Halo 3. Like it just was. And the fact that it just Xbox has put themselves in such a state financially where they feel like, oh crap, we have to go ahead and give this to people to see if they'll come and save us. Like Xbox keeps finding more and more ways to make people not want an Xbox anymore. They'll buy Microsoft games, but I wanted your thoughts on it.
I like I honestly, as long as I can still play the games that I want, I don't care who else is playing them. That's my opinion. Like, it might be an unpopular one, but like genuinely, as long as I can play the games that I want to play in the manner in which I want to play them, I don't care who else is playing them or how they are playing them. I have grown in my elder years.
Um, did you see the Nintendo lawsuit get thrown out in the Japanese courts? That
Yes.
felt good. And look,
How
as a
world.
man covered in Pokemon tattoos, I'll be the first one to say, watching Nintendo get dunked on in court, that's a good feeling. I could watch that all day long. I love that. Like popcorn.
Into like a lot of the patents and like I obviously like they can protect all they want to, but like I think that overall I'm not going to say whether it was good or bad, but yeah, I
I'll be
saw
the
that and I
first
was
one to
like,
say
yep.
that gaming look,
I feel like personally I feel like patenting the idea of catching
patenting
things
game
was a
mechanics is
little much.
inherently terrible. It's a stupid idea and it ruins gaming for everyone else. If you're so confident in your ability to make the best monster catching game or the best JRPG or the best sports game, you shouldn't you should protect your brand. But to take away mechanics from people like don't be Warner Brothers. Don't be them. Just please not the mechanics. Protect your IPs for all you need to, but like for God's sakes, leave. Please just leave the mechanics out of it. 'Cause that was stupid.
Yeah.
Apparently the American courts are also taking a look at it too,
Yeah, it
but
was very
we'll see how that all goes. I'm sure they have their plates full with a lot more important stuff. But yeah, there wasn't I mean, there's a lot of things going on all over the world. Those are the things that really like struck me this week. Also, I did start playing Dispatch, the game made by those Telltale people, is good. It's so good. I'm so glad to see them working hard and actually making good games. I just haven't bought a PC game in so long that I got this one. It's like, oh, brilliant. Now, as far as Digimon goes, as I've mentioned before, we're both on that older end of the spectrum. So we remember when people used to compare Digimon versus Pokemon. This was something that happened in our childhoods, right? This happened to you?
yeah.
Okay. So there was an interview done by a group of artists from the Digimon design team. They were just a roundtable interview. It was interesting kind of reading through it because they were asked questions about Pokemon and the design compared to Digimon. One of the artists, what is her name? Kamega. No, I'm gonna get this name right because I should know. Kagemaru Himeno. Himeno. There we go. She was an artist for Pokemon as well as Digimon. Like she actually made like some pretty cute, adorable cards. But she also got the chance to work on Digimon. And during the interview, they mentioned that Digimon's entire design philosophy is functioned around what she described as like what boys' dreams are made of. Like the entire purpose of Digimon, when they're being made, it's just how would this attract a 10 to 12, an 8 to 12-year-old boy? Like, would this make them like, would this hype them up? And that's where they brought up things like, oh yeah, we'll use spikier designs, we'll give them big sharp teeth, we'll make scary eyes, we'll add some sex appeal. They do everything they can when designing these creatures to like get a small adolescent boy to be like, that's so cool. And that seems to have carried them pretty far. As, yeah, I guess the Pokemon design philosophy is just like, I don't know. It's a vaster thing. Like to like, hey, take from the world, but make it your own, but make it part of the world. Like I'm sure that there's tons of rules on designing Pokemon. I like this for Digimon because as we'll go through this, there is no set theme. There are some weirdos in there. There are some natural things in there. There are some things I can't show because we're trying to be kid friendly on this one. But like, legitimately, honestly, I like that simple mantra of it. Now, Time Strangers is the best Digimon game ever made. Like it just is. It finally hit the goal they wanted, that they're better than the current Pokemon game by a number of ratings. They definitely didn't sell as much because it's Pokemon. Good luck. But as far as game quality, having played both, like Digimon Time Stranger, first off, it's rated T for teen, so they're able to do some darker stuff. Like, for example, the entirety of the plot revolves around you as an agent of a mysterious organization getting thrown back in time, literally going through the apocalypse. And because it's a time travel game, you are literally going back in time multiple times to try and stop the apocalypse with your little Digimon buddies.
So is it it sounds like Majora's Mask.
It is, but you're not controlling it. Like this is a much more linear experience. Like you don't have the open worldness of it. You're kind of just following the path. Like you can go back and forth to different areas to like, spam and fight monsters, that sort of thing. But like otherwise, some of the story elements are good. It has voice acting. I don't need to say anything else. There you go. There's your like, and it does the kind of voice acting I like in RPGs where you leave your protagonist silent and everyone else gets to talk. Like that's I think how it should be. Like at least in this context. Aside from that, like the battle mechanics and everything else are very similar to Pokemon. They're more complex because there are more things to look for than just type matching. But they also have this really fun, like little quality of life mechanic where after each battle, if you hold still, it will heal up your entire team. Like you don't need to spend all the money on potions or MP heals or any of that. You just stand and you heal up. And it's really smart because now they have an excuse to be like, all right, don't hold back, throw everything we can at this person. And I've had fights where I've had to be like, nah, I have to restart. I need to rebuild my team because there's no way of getting through this. Like it's
I need to stand completely still.
yeah, for like 7 seconds. You just hold still. It's like, and then all the thing will go like blip, hold still for 7 seconds while we heal your Digimon. And it's great. Overall, like the battle mechanics are fresh. The story is, I won't say it's perfect because it is still a Digimon game, but it is far and away better than the last game's story. And I actually cared about two or three of the people in it. ZA's story, on the other hand, like I actually cared about the characters in a Pokemon game a little bit more, but I had more fun with them. Like I will say ZA, there are characters I'm like attached to. Have you met any of the like fun, quirky trainers in the ZA ladder in the story?
I think so far my favorite was the chef.
Oh goodness. I really love the there's a billionaire like elitist you'll come across, and she's so evil and fun. Evil in the stupidest way of like, I'm sorry, did you just spurn my invitation? Well, I can't let that happen. And you're basically pursued across the city because this person, like, no, you're gonna do what I want because I have money, or else. And I loved her. She's great. But yeah, the characters and everything else in Time Stranger do have, plot and voices. It really is one of those things that like if you don't get a chance to play it, like there's a demo out, and if you can play it, I say play it. But if you're looking for like, man, I wish Pokemon had a little something else for me, yo, play this and see what that something is. I love Pokemon to death, but like I went back to this. And I have a bunch of little dudes to show you. Bunch of fun little dudes. Okay, so I kind of broke this down to be a little bit easier. So this first section, we're gonna call it little dudes, simply because these are some of the smaller ones. They're pretty adorable. We're gonna go ahead and start with this adorable little dude called Dorimon. Like Dorimon is there he is. That guy.
Finding Dorimon.
Shut up. Yeah, no, he's just teeth and legs. He's teeth, leg, and ears.
Yeah, he's like, I would say 80% teeth and like 5%
Yes.
legs.
So Dorimon's whole thing, like his entire line, is actually the most consistent of like a lot of the Digimon. So once you digivolve Dorimon, you get to Dorumon. See, like it looks generally consistent. Like it doesn't go too off the rails.
Oop, hold on one second. Okay, gets bigger legs. Now the teeth to leg ratio is more normal.
Yeah, this Digimon in particular was actually introduced in like a whole other thing that involved like X antibodies and a whole different storyline from a movie that never released in the United States. But their main appearance was in Digimon 4 back in not a great game. Digimon 4 is not great. But they shoot metal out of their mouth, like giant balls of metal.
So they're just like giant blunderbusses.
Yeah, then there's Dorugamon. It
Okay.
just has like again,
Now
they just
gave him wings. Okay.
they gave him wings. Yeah, very simple, very easy. They all have very massive long descriptions, and I'll read them when they're valid. But I just wanted to show just like just the standard evolution and how it should work. Then there's Greymon.
Now we're like 50% neck, 30% legs.
It's apparently a combination of like beast and dragon because those are separate things. And it does also shoot metal, and it's terrifying. But then finally you reach its mega, and that is Dorugoramon. And Dorugoramon looks like this.
I feel like we lost the plot on this one.
Yeah, no, it does get a massive sword and whatnot. It gets to swing it and hurt things. But yeah, no, they kind of lost it at the end of there. But look how spiky it is.
This is very spiky.
Yeah, look at the little spiky dudes. Like they're cool, and that's what's important.
Like I like the evolution train, and then you just lost me on that last one. That's jumping the shark to me.
Oh no, we haven't gotten to the shark yet. This Digimon is probably the most consistent like of the Digimon evolutions I can get to that I haven't already covered. I will point out that Greymon is one of many Greymons. I'm gonna go ahead and type in Greymon here into my list of Digimon from Time Strangers only. I would like you to guess how many variants of Greymon there are
30.
in this game. There are 14 different types of Greymon. I want you to pick a number between 1 and 14.
7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, excellent. You've chosen a fine vintage, sir. Here we have. Here we go. Wait for it. We have Skull Greymon. We've talked about him before. Look at this dude.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Look at that guy. Go ahead. Pick one more. Pick one more.
12.
12. Okay, then we go ahead and go to that one. Let's see. 12. Okay. So this one we get Metal Greymon Blue. There's one downside to Digimon that occasionally they're just color swaps.
Okay.
Yeah. But now you know what a Metal Greymon, which will be important later to know what Metal Greymon looks like. Yeah, you get different ones like that over and over. Every now and again, you'll get different color swaps of them, and they become entirely different types. That's a whole nother story. All right, back to little guys. So, pop quiz: what is the Pokemon that is based on the tapir?
Drowsy.
Very good. Here's Tapirmon. Here's what he looks like in this game.
He's cute. I like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Tapirmon's he's adorable. I think I have a better artist description. Yeah.
Holy beast. I like that typing too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of different typings in this one. There you go. They kind of just float on little cloud legs. They don't cause any trouble to anyone. Let me see. What was his big thing? All right. He resembles a Baku, it being in Japanese folklore that eats dreams. Believed to have been formed from a medical computer that monitors brain waves. It feeds on the human REM sleep data.
Not too unlike Drowsy.
Yeah, no. Since it also in the latest round of research, it was also found to possess the ability to erase nightmares and computer viruses. Since it can also return those nightmares and viruses to a benign state, it's believed to be a holy Digimon.
Hmm. He's a friendly buddy.
Keep in mind, this is a rookie. These are like the little guys. These are like pretty big. They're not like baby and they're not in training, but they're pretty good. All right. Now, sadly, we did not get Kamandramon in this game. We did not get Kamandramon, the little dragon with a machine gun. The closest we got to Little Soldier Reptile is Kamemon.
Mm, that
I'm gonna
looks like a
pull this
Ninja
design
Turtle.
up. When I was talking to Will about it, he brought this up, and I didn't see it until he showed it to me. I want you to go ahead, take a closer look at him, and tell me what his belly reminds you of.
It kinda looks like the ball in the old mice for computers.
That's what he's supposed to be. He wears the shell like a computer mouse. Yeah, no, also he shoots a little it's his special move is called Pointer Arrow, which fires like the arrow on our mind. Right? Just a little dude just blowing things up. Love him to death. All right. Last of the little dudes, because I could go on about them. I want you to go ahead and imagine for me. If someone said, I'm going to design a Digimon based on a taser, describe it to me.
Based on a taser?
A taser, yeah, a
Well,
taser.
okay, so are we talking ones that can, like, shoot out or, like, old school gotta hit you with it
Old
physically?
school gotta tap him to zap him.
I'm gonna well, let's just say it's kinda like a tuning fork with a beam of electricity going between it.
Okay, that is your final answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not that. There he is.
He looks
Kokuwamon.
sad.
Oh, yes. But here's a closer take a closer look at the art here. Yeah, look at that. Look at him.
He still looks sad.
Okay, he shouldn't be because unlike most Pokemon, he has all the limbs an insect is supposed to have. He has 6
But
limbs.
it's not making him
He's
happy.
fine. He's doing great. Look at him. He's all taser. There's nothing terribly wrong with him. Although I will admit the power scaling on these things is horrifying because if I'm reading this correctly, its stun gun shaped head and arms can discharge 100 megavolts of electricity when it senses danger.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually going to check how much 100 megavolts was. I want to see just exactly how crazy that is. 100 megavolts. Da, 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 da. Watch that be like nothing. I'm trying to figure out how many volts of electricity that is. Or if it's just made up. Could just be made up. Yeah, no, when I pull up pictures of it online, I'm just getting pictures of like entire power grids. So I'm going to assume not great. Yeah, no, and again, this is just a little one. Although it apparently lacks any aggression, sporting instead an accommodating nature that seeks peace. So yeah, not all of them are like horrid little psychopaths, which is nice. But those are just some of the little guys. There's plenty of them. Now we're gonna get to the lineage that I thought we would never get again. That is going to be the lineage of Bearmon, which is going to lead us into the section I called "Look How They Cooked." So again, if you were going to imagine a bear as a Digimon, like a little one, like a bear cub Digimon, how would you do it? Remember, you have to make it so an 11-year-old boy thinks it's the coolest thing ever.
I mean, it's gonna have like big old claws, but I also think he's gonna be like secretly cute and like maybe have some forest vibes, like a little bit, maybe like tree leafage.
What clothing is he wearing?
I did not imagine that, but like a Chewbacca bandolier.
You're not terribly far off. Here's Bearmon. There he is. Got a little backward hat. Says bears on it. He's pretty cute. Yeah, bears. Barramon's pretty chill. Like as far as, bears go. He's a very
I appreciate that they kind of like the boxing. Like the claws straight up have like boxing type wraps where they like cross between the nut or the fingers and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
so it's special okay. Its special move is called Bear Fist. Just enjoy that, I guess. But then eventually it digivolves and it then becomes Grizzlymon, which is pretty fun. Grizzlymon sheds most of its clothes and decides to get giant spiked knuckles to kill things with.
Grizzly bears aren't black.
That's your takeaway. That's what you wanna go with here? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Fine, sure, take the fun out of it. Um, yeah, Grizzlymon, it might seem ferocious thanks to its large frame, but not to mention its deadly claws and fangs, but it has the honest and straightforward spirit of a true martial artist. So again, super chill dude. Really nice guy. But then you start getting, let's see if I can get to next, he digivolves into, let's see if I can find a picture of it. I had a picture of this guy. Where'd he go? Ah, here it is. Found it. This one's kind of cut off, but yeah, you'll get the idea. Here you go. Here is a picture of great Grizzlymon.
I don't know why I get circus vibes.
Honestly, it's more supposed to be like wrestler than anything else. Like if you look at him the whole way,
I don't hate him. I think he's
you are
kinda
right that he
cool.
is a performer. He the self-proclaimed strongest hand-to-hand fighter in the digital world. Like it likes to fight combat. I remember how Dorimon kind of lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be Callusmon. So this is what it turns into after it. There's your bandoliers.
I mean, this did not lose the plot as much.
Yeah, okay, but like they did give it a gun.
I mean, yeah, but, like, it still feels true to form. Like, he still looks like a
So
bear.
in the game story, there are two Bearmon, and in that game, you can see multiple different Digivolutions, and there are two Bearmons in the story. One of them eventually becomes this. Spoiler alert.
I I genuinely I think that Great Grizzlymon might be my favorite Digimon you have ever shown me.
Really? Great Grizzlymon? That's the one?
I'm vibing with Great Grizzlymon.
You're okay. Okay, just because he's just a dude?
I
It's a big
don't like
bear?
I like the colors, I like the bear, like, I think he's pretty cool.
Okay. To get onto the other track of this, we have to talk about some of the women Digimon that are put in the game. This is one I didn't know existed until I started playing the game. They probably added it after I was done with the franchise. Here's Witchmon,
I mean, that's just a
which
lady
is yeah, no, it is literally just a lady. I want to show you this
with
art piece of her as
really big hands.
yeah, no, her hands are massive. Look at that. She does get a little shadowy ghost cat that follows her around.
I was noticing the cat on her shoulder. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the cat hat and everything, and, like, she's just a champion level, which is, like, good. Not, like, the best one, but it's still, like, really neat for something that size. I forget what her actual, like, vibe is. I'm assuming it's something negative. Let's see. Resembles a witch who pursues her rival Wizardmon for witchery in the digital world of another dimension. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so she's literally from a home dimension, a different dimension of Digimon than the current dimension of Digimon, which is a whole other problem to deal with. She is honestly in the guide. It says she has a bit of a cruel streak. It's one of those don't mess with her ladies. There are a lot of women Digimon in the game. Most of them I'm not really comfortable showing children because there's look I'm cool with it because like I was raised by Brazilians, and so we don't really care about showing kids because we don't see it as inherently a sexual act. But I know other people are. So just know that if you're playing Digimon, you let your kids play. They're eventually going to get to Digimon that are just grown women in very little clothing, wielding guns and swords, and that's just kind of how it goes.
It's the 10 to 12-year-old boy approach.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Like, how do we get them to look? I don't know, man. Give this woman a crop top and guns and a cool, sick helmet. And it's just like, yeah, man, that'll do, I guess. Okay, so that one's just neat because it's a lady. Then you have Brachiomon. Now, if I say Brachio,
Dinosaur.
what's the first thing? Yeah, it is a dinosaur. We're gonna think. One of the first, actually, the first Digimon ever made was something called Tyrannomon. But Brachiomon follows in that tradition of take a dinosaur, make it cool. Look at that thick neck. Look at that boy.
Yeah, that's just a dino.
Yeah, I mean, like, but he has a decidedly ripped chest cavity. He
Yeah,
actually
I mean, for sure.
yeah, like he looks shredded. I don't think anyone could like he's got a knife on his head. You don't have to fix too much. Now, if I said there was something called Ultimate Brachiomon, how would you go about making him an Ultimate Brachiomon?
More muscles and definitely bipedal.
Okay, cool. You're wrong. Here's
Okay.
Ultimate Brachiomon.
That's a Triceratops.
No, it isn't. It's got a long neck.
But that's a
You're
Triceratops head.
ignoring the tail and like the jet boosters. It can't fly. I don't know why those are there.
That's just a different dinosaur.
Oh, it's a bigger dinosaur. It is the largest and heaviest of the land-based android Digimon.
I feel like they were stretching a bit here.
Okay, so do you know what the boosters are for?
What?
Okay. The boosters, and I quote, on its back, fire downwards to help support its immense weight of its massive frame. It relies on them to move. This thing can't fly. It's just so heavy they had to put jet boosters on it to keep it from sinking into the ground.
Poor buddy.
Honestly, he's one of the bosses you fight, and in the game, he is so big that you can use him as a slide after you defeat him. He is terrifying.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
But yeah, no, so you get yeah, I mean, it's cool that they like you said, let's take a dinosaur and let's make it so disgustingly dense that it can't walk. Now as
But he'll whap you with an axe tail.
Whap you with an axe tail. Yeah, he was actually not an easy fight because my entire team was built to like deal with virus types. Like there are three basic types. You have like the virus types, the data types, and the vaccine types. And so my team was almost entirely vaccine types, which don't do well against data types. Now there are a few others that are like different typing, but there aren't too many in that pile. Anyway, they just added a dude in here,
Just a dude. That yeah.
just a dude category. Musyuamon, yeah. Oh, this is great. Once the data of a video game protagonist, but then digivolved after being infected by a computer virus. So imagine playing Ghost of Tsushima, it gets a virus, and then this thing comes out.
That's exactly how that happened.
That is exactly how it needs to happen. Eventually, there's another options for it to digivolve and turn into cool stuff. I'm gonna see if I can find. Eventually, you have a chance to evolve it into. I can't find it. Forget it. The point is, it. Oh wait, I found it. I found it. So eventually, if you work hard and digivolve hard enough, you'll turn into what I call not Greymon, but still a sword.
Mhm.
There he is.
Was that
Don't
Gaiomon?
Gallantmon, yeah. Let me see if I can find a better. Yeah, here's some good art. I'll put this one on the actual episode. Check it out. Yeah, look at this dude. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he got cool swords.
One of my favorite all-time designs because he's just like, look how sick that is. Like you took a dragon dinosaur and like gave it spiked out armors and swords that are so impractical, no blacksmith would make them without killing you. Ugh.
I feel like those are very
Yes,
anti-aerodynamic.
but you swing something hard enough, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So Gaiomon is interesting. It is a subspecies of Greymon that is oh my god, what is it typing? It's literally its type is Dragon Man.
Dragon Man.
Dragon Man. Um Found in an abandoned computer in the east, much of its strength has yet to be quantified, but it clearly has an unbelievable amount of combat experience earned through countless battles. Oh, it does learn. Oh, look, it learns Will-O-Wisp. Well, Will-O-Wisp Slash, but still, it's got some moves. These
Look at
things,
that buddy.
yeah, no, they're cool. Look at him. Look at his little swords. Ah, he's fun. All right, this next one. Okay, so you know Quillfish in Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
How would you improve Quillfish? There's only one correct answer.
Give it levitate.
Um, yeah, or give it arms. Hey,
Let it punch you. That's
yeah,
what Don needs to do at work.
yeah.
Figure out
God,
how to
no.
give these fish arms.
It is literally. Oh God, you're gonna love this description. A British punk Digimon born when the ultimate British hacker injected all of his knowledge into a computer virus, thereby causing it to mutate. That's so dumb. That is the dumbest thing, and I love every second of it.
This one's pretty cool too. I like this one too.
He may be small, but its rebellious personality is second to none in the digital world. It always picks fight, no matter how stronger or weaker potential opponent. Weirdly enough, this thing is like a mega Digimon. Like it cannot digivolve any higher. It is disgustingly strong. You don't go messing with this thing. But I do find him very funny. Look at his little
Yeah,
arms.
look at that buddy.
He's just silly. He's just a silly little dude. All right. Now specifically, there is a Digimon. Um, We're getting out of the cool guys. There's like one more cool guy left. And that is going to be Gallantmon. Now, Gallantmon,
That's a knight.
yes, he is. He is a knight. He is a floating knight dude. Nice guy with kids. Let's see if I can find his other form. Let me see if I can get him.
Are viruses like bad types, or does it not work that
It
way?
does. Most of the time, viruses are quote unquote bad types. Like if you think of someone as being like negative, they are that. Um, but as you can see, Gallantmon is not. The reason being is that he evolves originally from Guilmon. Let me go ahead and get that. Let me get into some Digimon lore for you. So Guilmon is from Digimon Adventures, the third season, I believe. Digimon Tamers. Digimon Tamers, the third season. This was the starting evolution.
Okay.
So you can see how the markings on the belly kind of match the markings on the shield.
Yeah.
And his entire line is basically viruses. But they were a virus form of Agumon in a sense. Like the little T-Rex dude is like the
Mm.
mascot.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, yeah,
Digimon
yeah.
line is well, it gets a little convoluted, but you can kind of get the gist of it where it will just turn into bigger versions of itself until it turns into a knight.
Mhm.
Recently, though, they added something to the game called Medieval um, Gallantmon, who's actually a data type and uses magic instead of violence. Well, it's still violence, but he uses
Classic.
magic. Yeah,
Classic mix-up.
classic mix-up, classics. He was a fun Digimon to actually get a chance to work with. So those are a couple of the cool guys. Again, there are over 450 Digimon, so I couldn't show them all. But now we come back to Greymon. Now you saw Metal Greymon Blue. How would if you evolve your Greymon properly, there are multiple other Greymons it can become. Metal Greymon Blue is one of them. Normal Metal Greymon is one of them. There's also something called RizeGreymon. Would you like to take a guess at what kind of gun it has on its arm?
Um, a rocket launcher.
It's actually a six-shooter.
Mm. I don't know what that has to do with Rise, but okay.
He has a big iron on his hip or his arm, whatever, doesn't matter. It is one of the toughest of the Greymon forms, and someone once said that it looked like it walked out of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
They're not wrong.
I used this thing in my playthrough, and its main attack is so strong, I was just burning through some of these Digimon. It's not great at aiming, but it doesn't matter. Its gun attack is called the Trident Revolver, and it just fires 3-round bursts to like put people down into the dirt. I love this dude. Almost everything else I'm going to show you now just comes with guns. Now, this is finally, and I do mean this, finally, we got a Shark Digimon. We did finally get Sharkmon. Um, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, man. We got
Shark. Wait. Hold on a second. Oh, you didn't drop
okay.
it in. Okay.
No. I'm so happy. Just look at him. Look at this gorgeous boy.
I mean, yeah, that's you know what? They made a cool shark.
Dude, all of his like fins are blades. He
Yeah.
shoots missiles. They're not even showing it, but when you use his main attack, his upper part of his body opens up a bit and guns come out to shoot you as well. Not only that, he shoots chain missiles at you as well. He is nothing but gun, and they just added him to the game. He is my favorite new design by far. Look at this glorious boy. Look at his greatness. Ugh, love him. Love him.
It's a
It's so
pretty cool
cool.
shark.
Hang on, I gotta read what they said about him. So, Sharkmon is a vicious Digimon that uses its anchor to catch and devour other Digimon dwelling in the net, ocean, or passing nearby. It's a stereotype of a shark. That's how it goes. He is one of the bosses you have to fight in the game, and he is thoroughly unpleasant as an individual. But I've still put him on my team because he's great. All right, now it's time for some edgelord nonsense. So last time I showed you guys Gundramon and some of these other ones, but I kind of missed him. Here is Magnakidmon. You can't see it as well in this photo, so let me go ahead and make sure you have the actual one to see what his feet are made of. Let's see if I can get that for you. Yeah, that's the stuff. There's the cringe. Let me go and get you some of that. There you go. There you go.
is he walking on guns?
He is walking on gun. Yeah, well, kind of walking. Also, he is also a man.
Okay. Also Dragon
He is
Man.
also all right. All right. So I have to read this. So bear with me. A Dragon Man Digimon fortified firearm contractions all over its body. A wanderer traveling the world in search of its scattered comrades. The troublemaker that causes problems and gets caught up in incidents wherever it ends up. Sense of personality. Blah 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 blah. Trigger happy creature loves one-on-one combat. Fires bullet indiscriminately once challenged to a duel. Alrighty, that's pretty much all you need to know about him. That he's
Okay.
kind of a jerk.
Kind of a jerk.
Kind of a jerk. But him being a jerk is kind of a problem because if you let one run around and become a jerk too long, you actually could end up dealing with something known as RizeGreymon.
Okay.
Yeah, and say all of these were great. So, how do
Just
you think?
just black.
Yeah, they just changed the color. So, how do you think you get an Avenged Kidmon?
It's gotta die.
It's got to die. It's actually not some. It's not the same Digimon. So,
Oh, okay.
this is what happens when a Digimon killed by Magnakidmon, one that gets knocked out or felled by him, becomes so obsessed with revenge that its data of its own negative thoughts overwhelms its Digicore. Basically, it vents like its rage out and becomes this thing.
Okay.
If you get beat up and lose so badly that it consumes your soul as you die, you become one of these things.
Okay. Good to know.
It does it does have one of the coolest battle animations because whereas Magna Kid like kind of shoots around and flies around like a maniac, Avenge Kidmon literally one of his attacks is he kicks you down, steps on you and starts firing.
Okay.
It's so sick and twisted and edgy. And yes, it's just a color swap, but who cares? Who cares, Chris?
That's what
It's
shinies
somehow
are. We love
yeah,
them
that's what
anyways.
I mean, yeah, but like okay, imagine if in order to get a shiny, you had to beat up a Pokemon so badly that it came back as a shiny version of your own Pokemon to beat you up. I'm just saying. That's pretty cool. Um all right. I had to find more guns. And Gundramon kind of, spent. So we were lucky. We got another one. So if you were thinking of a turtle, a mechanized turtle with guns, how would you go about it? Remember, rule of cool for children.
I mean, I would hesitate to just like slap one on its shell.
Just that?
No, no, no. I wouldn't like. I don't want to do
Okay,
that.
good. This design does not slap just a gun on its shell. That's what Blastoise was. We're better than this. We can do better.
Hmm. I don't know. I can't. My thinking is dragging on
It's
this one.
okay. Here's Jumbo Gamemon. Here he is.
Oh, you just make his
And
arms
like
guns and
And
his
his
nose.
chest also, those little holes are guns. His kneecaps, also guns. His toes are not guns, but his tail's a gun. If you look over to the
All
right, there's more gun.
and
Yeah, the
all
shells are
over his
little guns,
shell.
not just one big gun. You were thinking too big. You have to kind of, spread it out a little bit. Yeah, there's Jumbo Gamemon.
Is there one in his mouth?
Um, no, I think that might actually just be his metal. No, wait. Oh yeah,
That
yep, he
I
has a gun in
yeah.
his
There's
mouth. Yeah, he's right there. Oh yes, yes he does. He has a lot of guns. So many guns. I love the guns. Good gun. Oh god, there's so many of these things. Like again, there was over 400 of these guys. I could not get through all of the ones I wanted to, but I was able to find a few more. One more gun one because I don't know if I showed them to you or not, but just it's so stupid. Like this one I will not defend some of these for just being like so dumb, but like in the best possible way. So here's Tankdramon,
okay.
where it's
That's
just
that's too much.
that's too much,
That's
you
too much.
think?
That's too much.
What about okay? Like, do you remember what Gundramon looks like? 'Cause they put
Yeah.
him in the game, and he's my favorite. So you're saying this is too much?
Yeah.
Like, this is all right. Well, what about Gundramon? Like, look at him. Yeah, let me get him back up there.
Bringing that one up again.
Yeah, bring him up. Is this too much? Or this too
Yes,
much that
that's
it's
too much.
fine?
No, that's too
Are you
much.
sure?
I'm sure.
What if I showed you what he looked like in the actual game? What about that? Let's see if we can like
Okay, show
see if
me.
we can get a little balance out there. There we go. How'd that?
Yeah, still too much.
Really? He's got a little. Maybe he doesn't have a gun tongue.
I might just not be a 10 to 12-year-old kid anymore.
You know what? That is on you. That is your own weakness. When it comes to Digimon, there are plenty of other ones to go through. They did add at least one new Digimon into the game that people like me, like when we saw it, we were pretty happy about it. So I'm gonna first show you before we really start wrapping up here. So this is one of the most common Digimon you'll run into if you go into an ocean area.
EO.
Seadramon.
Okay.
So there are many, many versions of Seadramon. There's a Metal Seadramon. I'll go ahead and grab you one of those. There's a Mega Seadramon, and they're cool. Here's Metal. He's the cooler one. There's a couple different variants of Seadramon. But yeah, so there's Metal Seadramon.
Okay.
Recently, they decided we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna finally give this guy his own Skull Seadramon form. And it was also one of the ones I put on my team because that is sick. Pretty cool, right? No one really talks about the Seadramons as much. They're just one of those ones that show up. I mean, the Angemons are also their own thing. There's so many, man. Honestly, I could literally just pull through this massive list and keep going for quite literally a while. But I think you get the point. Like, this is inherently rule of cool. Like, if you could name me like one thing like you think could be a Digimon, it's probably on this list. We'll probably go back to talking about Pokemon next week, but I just wanted to get this out there that the Digimon are so cool, and I really hope more people get this game because it was awesome. Everyone listening, have a wonderful rest of your day or night. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, everybody.